What is going on there, everyone, and welcome back to another video from Dracon. Today we're going to be going over a hero booster pack from a company I've reviewed miniatures from in the past. These are technically some, once again, minis I already have from the company, but they're pre-painted, so I thought I'd give it a shot. And these are the hero booster pack from Wildspire. As you can see, very simple little pack here. And yeah, the artwork's not bad. I mean, on the back here, you get a nice little map and a little bit of some locational style stuff, probably some lore for their world they're building. It says hand painted, so I'm gonna guess probably not perfectional details, but hey, you know what? They look pretty good so far. We'll get a good look once I get them under the camera here. Just gonna make sure I see some places on the back. Got like something grotto, Trinice, Mistglade, and some something lake, Dingonic Lake or something. I could be butchering those names, so my apologies. I'm not perfectionist at pronouncing, unusual sounding words, but I can always try my best. But, okay, so let's see how easy it is to open this, and... Oh, superbly easy. Okay. Didn't even need the blade of opening to open that, so that's awesome. But as you can see here, you even got some artwork behind the minis. Cool, like a devil attacking a woman, blasting magic at a ship and stuff, so that's kind of cool. Pretty nice artwork there, nice artwork. Minis themselves. Okay, they fall right out of the pack except for one, but that's really simplistic to open. So, I mean, we got us, I think, a gnome riding on a pug. We have a, man, I'm sorry, my brain's went blank. Got a Dragonborn Smith here. It looks like a, actually, that might be a halfling riding a pug, and a gnome, Dragon Slayer with their sword and a dragon skull. We got a Townsfolk, or mouseling, whatever you want to call it necessarily. Got some type of monk here, Drunken Monk, because he has a nice grog of ale. We got us like what looks to be an orc chef. Well, let's take a look at them closer to the other camera. We'll take a nice, good, long little rotational look and see how they look, up close. Okay, so first up we have the Drunken Monk. Sorry about the turn. For some reason, my camera is not a big fan of like where I've positioned it. Sorry about that. I'll have to go with that for now, just to get, it's going to at least be a little choppy, but I'm sorry about that. Hold on. Okay, that makes a little sense. There we go. Just had to change a little bit, some rates on the old camera. Sorry, my camera's acting a little funny, but I think it's pretty good. Tipped it. Okay, but first up, we have the Drunken Monk. This miniature is not bad. I mean, he's pretty well painted. He's got some good lines there, good parts. Holds himself a nice little thing of ale. And, I mean, he's white-haired, so it's really weird. I guess he must be an elder monk, so if you wanted to play a nice old monk who happens to be holding himself a nice good old stiff drink and going into battle and ready to start kicking some goblins, roundhousing some orcs or something like that, you'd be all set to do so. Not bad. I mean, very unique. Drunken Monk aspect, not super original, but hey, a good... solid choice for your monk. Let's take a look at a different miniature. And next up we have the Pug Mount, or the Pug Mount with a halfling on the back. Now I'm going to say based on the halfling reading a book, we're dealing with like a sorcerer class miniature, maybe a wizard, but she's not too bad. She's simple. Now these miniatures probably, since I have painted some of the other Wildspire miniatures before, and I know that from personal experience, these things can take paint pretty well when you get done with them. Like, for instance, my Dragonborn, actually the armored choices weren't much different than mine. I just went with a more iron-based Dragonborn, like an iron dragon type instead of the regular. But for the gnome here, it looks pretty good. I kind of like the white and the brown. It gives her like a reason, a pop figure to look at her. Got a nice book there, riding on a pug, which is definitely unique, but I guess for a halfling it could work. I mean, I would assume more of a gnome riding on the pug would make more sense, but hey, it's cute, it's funny, it's got a nice little bit of a whimsicalness to it, so it works pretty well. So next up, we have the orc with a frying pan, and I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a shield, but it might be the top of a pot. That might be a pot lid. I never really looked too hard at him before I put him up there, but you know what? He's simple. He's your standard green orc, and he's got like a big weapon on his back, so pretty cool there. I mean, this is a chef, obviously. This could be useful for like a chef NPC or a character in the game who decides to maybe wants to do a culinary expanse of the world. Like maybe he wants to travel to the Forgotten Realms or the Sword Coast or possibly Eberron. He wants to find new and exotic recipes that he can use different unique flavors and meats and spices and all that stuff, make multiple different things. So he's pretty cool. I kind of like him. Got some personality there. I love he's going about to clock someone with the old frying pan joke. I just imagine every single time the player does, they have to go like ding or bong when they smack someone with it, give them a good old whack in the head. Pretty funny there. Do like his design. Pretty unique and pretty cool. Let's move on to another miniature though, shall we? Well, next up we have us the Gnome Dragon Slayer, I guess I'd call her, because she is technically slaying a dragon, or at least sitting her sword on top of a dead dragon's head. You can see a little bit of paint went up the sword, a little of the red, which, you can, like I said, easily you can fix that with a little silver paint yourself. The eyes on a lot of these miniatures are just simple black dots. For the mouse folk, it works fine. For the gnome, or sorry, the halfling, it's okay. The gnome here, it's a little more noticeable with her reddish pink complexion and stuff. She kind of, unfortunately, gets a little bit more to it than that. Sorry, the camera's adjusting quick. And I do like her design, though. I think she's kind of doing the whole cute, whimsical sitting on her own sword, which I find funny, because probably most characters, that's probably a two-handed sword. For her, that's like a humongous behemoth blade for her to wield. But hey, you know what? It works. I like the cute little green beret that kind of offsets the armor, so you're not just getting the full armor. She has, like, some personality. So, it's not bad. I gotta say, I like it. I mean, these miniatures are going to help me definitely decorate my miniatures that I still have unpainted yet from the series. So this will give me something to look forward to. Like, I mean, for those character NPCs, now I have, like, since I have these guys, their NPCs have become more open-ended. So one of my group mates wants, like, a specific, like, blue orc, or maybe they want their own, like, monk who's got, like, a more of a drow look to him or something. You know, we can do multiple things. That's pretty cool. I love the look, though. Gotta say, love her look. It's very simple, but gosh darn it, it works. And even though I think the idea of a gnome that small killing a dragon of that size, probably at least a large-sized dragon, probably a little doubtful, but hey, if this adventure is leveled up enough, anything is possible. Moving on. So next up here we have us a Dragonborn. Ah, yes, the class that has recently undergone a change in the Fizban's Guide to Dragons. So here we have just your standard color Dragonborn, I want to call it, because everyone likes to make their Dragonborns this color. Because I guess over the years they've turned into a brownish color, which I think is boring. I like the idea of my Dragonborns having the scale colors, not even if it's always of their, you know, progenitor race dragon, but like really cool to just make it different colors for unique look. But, you know, very simplistic design here. I mean, could this be a male or female sculpt? You know, once again, that's DM's choice. It's just a stand-in if you need to. But I like the anvil and the hammer. Really nice. The gold accents on the armor, a little bit on the tassel of the kind of the lower, the lower cloth there in his lower half, which works pretty good to help offset his armor. Like I said, with mine, I painted mine with more of an Iron Dragon appearance, so it's got more of the Iron Dragon born look, so just to make it different, which is a good thing, so that means they're not exactly the same. But I do like these miniatures, man. They have so much uniqueness to them. This one's got some personality with the hammer. They all have like a little bit of personality and flair that I do like. But now we're going to get to the last of these 6 at hero level booster pack. Now here we have the Townsfolk, and yes, for the record, that is a piece of cheese on a shield, like the shape of cheese. And honestly, I'm shocked that we both like the idea of putting blue, because when I painted my Townsfolk, I gave him a blue cape as well. Mine, I gave the full pink tail like a classic mouse, but they went with more of the classic fur all the way. Once again, we do have the giant needle for a weapon, which is kind of funny for this size. Yeah, he'd be in the small size category, something like a kobold size, almost maybe a little bigger, brawnier. But, you know, it's kind of cute. He's got this cute, like, mouse motif, almost like the Despero sort of look, and then he's got this, like, warrior aspect, which is pretty cool. I do gotta say, I do like it. It is a very nice mouse. So, final thoughts on this little set from them. Well, first we'll talk about the price. What I paid for these guys. Well, I didn't pay as much, you think, for 6 miniatures that are pre-painted, and they're not badly pre-painted. If you really wanted to fix them up, there's maybe a few little over paint spots, but not too many that you really need to worry about, because they're kind of hidden underneath, like, spots that you won't see anyway, unless you get, like, super close. Like, some of them do maybe have color options you could change them to. Like, maybe if you wanted to do, I actually think that's supposed to be a cleaver on the back of the big orc's back, now that I just thought about it, but, I mean, that could be a leather sheet that sits in there, I don't know. But, like I said, if you want to change some colors up, maybe add some fixing spots on them, like with the monk, he's got a little bit of some random white spots in his hair and stuff that don't make sense. I think actually with his hair and his face, it's a very dull white next to his hair. I would definitely probably add a little color to that to kind of make it more spruced up so you can see it. But overall, I'd say for honestly $14.99. That's what I spent on Amazon buying this little pack, because I thought, why not? And honestly, I'm not disappointed. They look pretty good. You got some cool NPCs of the unique styles, some unique traits. Cool, not bad colorations. Their color choices were not bad. They were pretty cool. In the end, I think anyone looking to add some unique miniatures to their library or to the collection, definitely I would recommend picking them up for not a bad price. And guys, do check out and I'm not sponsored by, but I mean, if they want to, I wouldn't mind. But I do gotta say, check out their website because these are pretty cool so far. I'm hoping they come out with more, as they have done Townsfolk, unique Townsfolk, where you have, like, for instance, two goblins standing on each other's shoulders with a trench coat, which is funny. The guy in a bush thing, which is funny. I think there's even like an ogre worker type mini, which is interesting. And then they have like the Townsfolk where they have pitchforks and torches. They have like just really cool stuff. I definitely recommend checking out the Wildspire miniatures. They are really cool, and I'm hoping that with this one comes more pre-painted lines, because even if they're like, you know, just the animals pre-painted, I mean, I've only got around to paint some of the animals. Some of them, mostly the small ones, I haven't really painted yet, but most of the bigger guys I got around to painting. So it's cool to have more animals always to your campaign. It's always cool to have more hero options or NPCs. So this is always a great addition. Well, anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, help support it, and also make sure you hit that like button because, you know, help me get around that YouTube algorithm. Also, leave a comment down below. It doesn't have whatever comment you want. Any questions, concerns, ideas, throw them down in there. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great one, and bye-bye.